Delta-Cast Soft is a semi-rigid polyester cast tape for the functional immobilization in the treatment of fractures and soft tissue injuries when limited movement is allowed, for indications where immobilization or stabilization of the wrist and thumb joint is required, for example, scaphoid fractures. Define position of limb before start of application, thumb and index finger opposing, wrist in slight dorsal flexion and neutral ulnar radial deviation or slight supination. Due to the semi-rigid properties of the Delta-Cast Soft, only minimal padding with a thin stockinette is required. Choose appropriate width of Delta Net stockinette that will fit snugly, but does not constrict the patient's arm. Measure the length from elbow to fingers, add another 50% and cut. Measure where to place the thumb hole and make a little cut with scissors. Roll up stockinette before applying on limb to overcome sliding pressure during application. Roll off over the arm and remove all wrinkles and creases. Measure the thumb with 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch width Delta Net stockinette, double the length and cut. This is to protect the thumb area. Make a lengthways cut into the piece and slide it over the thumb. Fold it back to protect the skin and create a soft edge at the thumb area. If the patient has prominent bony areas, extra padding may be required. Put on protective gloves before applying cast tape. To prepare a reinforcement strip with a rigid cast tape, measure the length from thumb to below the wrist joint. Layer twice, cut, and then put aside. If stronger reinforcement is required, increase the number of layers. Select appropriate width of cast tape depending on the size of the limb. Activate Delta-Cast Soft, squeezing it once within and once gently out of water to drain any surplus liquid out of the bandage. Start wrapping cast at the wrist and make a cut to go through web space once. Wrap cast tape around the thumb once. Then wrap around wrist and make another cut to go through the web space again. Make sure to catch ends below the thumb when going around the wrist. Continue to apply with 50% overlap towards elbow and cut. Fold back stockinette at distal and proximal side for protection of the skin and soft edges. Place the activated reinforcing strip at the palmar side. Lock it down with cast tape starting at the wrist. Apply as before, starting at the wrist. Making a cut to go through web space once, wrapping cast tape around the thumb once. Continue to apply with 50% overlap towards elbow, move back towards the wrist, and cut. Mold cast with the palm of your hands and check the desired range of motion and any points that may cause irritation or pressure points. Ask the patient to gently put the tips of their thumb and index finger together, then continue to mold and smooth the cast down. Delta Cast Soft by BSM Medical.